welcome to Cruise First. We're an award-winning agency that specialises in the Mediterranean, Caribbean and worldwide cruises. We've got access to some of the best rates on the market and exclusive fares, which gives us the ability to tailor-make any cruise holiday to suit any budget.
Today we're taking a look at a selection of Cunard Cruises, which have an unrivalled history in the cruising world. Here's a little look at the sort of deals that we will be offering you today.
Now, all of the details from today's show can be found on our website at cruisefirst.tv. And of course, you can call us to book any of our holidays on the free phone number on screen. We can also tailor-make your holiday for you with any itinerary, hotel, date and duration you want.
Cunard are a cruising stalwart and ever so popular, so if you see a deal that you like, then make sure you snap it up straight away. Time to take a look at what you can expect from a cruise with them.
The young Queen Victoria had been on the throne for a mere 3 years when she awarded the first ever licence to deliver mail across the Atlantic to Samuel Cunard in 1839, proudly granting his steamships the distinguished title RMS, Royal Mail Ship. By the end of her reign, Cunard had become the preeminent fleet in British passenger shipping. Since then, inspired innovations and timeless traditions have created a unique onboard ambience. Exciting itineraries draw discerning travellers from around the globe. Afternoon tea, immaculately served by white-gloved waiters, encapsulates the quintessential Cunard experience. A Cunard voyage is one of gracious sophistication and award-winning entertainment. Grand ballrooms, full orchestras and glittering shows are the norm here, as are more involving pastimes. The Cunard Insights programme is renowned for presenting the insights and experience of luminaries from explorers to distinguished ambassadors and speakers from the Royal Astronomical Society and Fellows of the Royal Geographical Society. Wine tasting will enthrall the palate as well as the mind. And with their own dedicated programme, children are welcomed aboard, allowing their parents all the time and space they need. Your stateroom is elegantly comfortable, tasteful and refined. From here you can plan each day knowing that with all meals, room service, entertainment and transfers included in your fare, a Cunard voyage is one of exceptional value. The Princess and Queen's Grill Suites offer a most lavish experience of elegance and refinement. And to be found throughout is the flawlessly attentive White Star service, honed to perfection over a century and a half.
Well, the first selection of deals are aboard the Queen Mary II, which has to be one of the most magnificent ocean liners ever built.
Her every detail harks back to the golden age of ocean travel, and she still visits all the most glamorous places on Earth. Now, before I show you the itinerary she'll be taking, here's a little look around.
Now, the Cunard experience is also to be found on the most spectacular ocean liner of our time, Queen Mary II. An extraordinary achievement of tradition and technology, heritage and innovation. Every superlative applies to her. The most ambitious engineering feat of the century. Her luxury is unparalleled. For the first time at sea, a planetarium, a Veuve Clicquot champagne bar, and a Canyon Ranch Spa Club. And the Queen's Room, the largest ballroom afloat. 3/4 of her opulent staterooms have spacious balconies. Even the smallest covers nearly 200 square feet. The extravagant Queen's Grill Suite features full butler service, while some enjoy their own private elevator access. Each day at sea, far from the distractions of everyday life, becomes a chance to extend the boundaries of experience. No less than 10 dining venues include a host of relaxed and exotic choices. The Theatre of the Chef's Galley, a totally involving culinary event. And the exclusivity of the world-renowned Todd English restaurant. And the choice continues with a chance to learn new skills thanks to Cunard's partnership with Oxford University and RADA. This isn't just a ship. Queen Mary 2 is the ultimate cruising experience.
What an amazing ship.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely beautiful. And we are kicking off with one of Cunard's classic itineraries. This is the magnificent transatlantic crossing.
Now, of course, she sails in both directions, but we're offering you the westbound itinerary today, which leaves from Southampton and crosses the Atlantic to New York.
This historic cruise is the perfect opportunity to enjoy all the fabulous facilities on board the QM2. Spend a refreshing afternoon in the Aquatherapy Centre of the Canyon Ranch Spa Club. Browse the books in the largest library collection at sea. Attend lavish Royal Knights balls and indulge in our traditional afternoon tea in the Queen's Room. And of course, the highlight of this cruise is New York, with its iconic yellow taxis, buildings and monuments. The Statue of Liberty is normally at the top of many people's New York hit list, standing proudly on Liberty Island. Shopaholics will be spoilt for choice. Visit famous stores such as Macy's, Bloomingdale's and Tiffany's. Then maybe grab a bite to eat and take a leisurely stroll around Central Park.
I mean, this really is a classic cruise, and by that, I mean dressing up,
Yes.
4 o'clock tea.
Oh, yes, lots of tea and cake, yeah.
Black tie dinners. If you
Drinks
really
with
want
the
it.
captain.
Oh, I mean, it is the height of, to a certain extent, indulgence.
Yeah.
But it's classic and it's wonderful.
Old-fashioned luxury.
And you're never going to forget it.
No. Oh, no. Very, very special indeed. Very
So
special.
if you fancy it, then you'll have a grand total of 7 nights at sea as you cross the Atlantic to enjoy all the facilities on board the Queen Mary 2.
And this is the price. It's an extraordinary price. Look at this for 7 nights on board the wonderful QM2. Reference CUN 301. That's a per person price based on 2 sharing an inside stateroom departing on selected November and December 2011 dates. This one's going soon. Great stuff. Free upgrade to an outside stateroom on selected sailings. You can upgrade to a balcony stateroom from just £99 per person. You can add extra nights in New York from just £99 per person per night, and that's well worth doing. And all this means a brochure saving of over £800 per person. You said, we told you we do good deals on Cruise First. And remember, of course, this is Cunard's most iconic crossing, transatlantic. What could be more Cunard than that? Reference CUN 301, CUN 301 for this one.
Now, don't forget that we can tailor-make any cruise to suit you. So if you did want to add a few nights in New York, then this is what you'd be experiencing.
Take your very own bite of the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. We're talking, of course, about New York with its iconic yellow taxis, buildings and monuments. From the moment you arrive here, you'll feel like you've stepped onto a movie set. The Statue of Liberty is normally at the top of many people's New York hit list, standing proudly on Liberty Island. This impressive statue was presented to the United States by France in 1886 to celebrate its centennial. It's become one of the most recognizable symbols of American independence. Then there's Wall Street, the financial hub of America, where millions of dollars are made and lost each day. And talking of splashing the cash, shopaholics will be spoilt for choice. Visit famous stores such as Macy's, Bloomingdale's and Tiffany's, and then maybe grab a bite to eat and take a leisurely stroll around Central Park. You'll see a colourful spectrum of New Yorkers in this famous stretch of land. It was designed by Frederick Law Olmsted and architect Calvert Vaux, and while much of it looks natural, it is entirely landscaped. There are several lakes and ponds, a zoo, extensive walking tracks, and 2 ice skating rinks, one of which serves as a swimming pool in July and August. There's also plenty for all you culture vultures, with an extensive selection of museums and art galleries, displaying everything from old masters to contemporary works by new artists. One of the most famous is the Metropolitan Museum of Art, or the Met, as it's known locally. It has a permanent collection containing over 2 million works of art. Evenings take on a magical quality with a glittering array of Broadway shows to choose from. Alongside London's West End, this famous street is widely considered to represent the highest level of commercial theatre in the English-speaking world. And there is a wide and eclectic selection of restaurants, bars and nightclubs to choose from for pre- or post-theatre entertainment.
This next cruise is truly spectacular. You'll be seeing 7 different countries over Asia, Africa and Europe.
And you will have plenty of time at sea in between the ports of call to enjoy the beautiful QM2.
So it starts with a flight to Singapore, where you get to spend a night in a 4-star hotel before you join the ship to start your 25-night extravaganza.
Setting out of Singapore, this cruise takes you to one of the most popular resorts in Thailand, Phuket. It's then on to Cochin in India, before sailing to the United Arab Emirates to explore Dubai. Muscat in Oman is next on the list, followed by Port Socna in Egypt. After passing through the Suez Canal, you reach Athens and then Lisbon before arriving in Southampton. Dubai is a glistening oasis that's risen out of the desert. As well as being a duty-free shopping haven, it's also a beach destination. So if you want to kick back and top up your tan, then head to Jumeirah Beach, a broad, clean band of silvery Gulf sand just to the south of the city. If you do want to hit the shops though, gold is one of the biggest bargains here, and the gold souk is well worth exploring. But the city only makes up a very small part of the emirate. In fact, 99% of the country is rocky mountain and sandy wastes. So it's the perfect location for a desert safari or a spot of dune bashing. Phuket is Thailand's largest island, and the main resorts of Patong and Karon have glorious beaches and water sports for you to enjoy. But get off the beaten track and you'll find waterfalls and coconut groves littering the landscapes, with a treasure trove of ornate temples adorning the skyline. One worth visiting is Wat Pratong, which has a valuable Buddha hidden inside it. If you've never been before, it's a great island from which to begin your discovery of Thailand.
Do you like the sound of this cruise? Sounds incredible, doesn't it? Well, here's what you could pay if you book through us.
I mean, it really is an amazing price because look at who you're sailing with and look at how long you're away for and look at where you're going to. It's based on 2 people sharing an inside stateroom departing on the 31st of March 2012. Put that date in your diary now. 31st of March 2012. The reference number CUN 303. Let's have a look at a little bit more detail. You'll get 1 free night in Singapore. You can upgrade to an outside stateroom from only £199 per person. You can upgrade to a balcony stateroom from only £399 per person. And the brochure saving is over, are you ready for this? It's over £1,300 per person. That's your saving. Reference number CUN 303.
Amazing cruise and an amazing price. So make sure you call us on the free phone number on screen to secure your place on board for that one.
Now, if it's that little bit too long to be away from home, then how about joining the ship in Dubai instead and turning it into a 16-night cruise? Here's a reminder of where you'll be visiting.
After joining your ship in Dubai, you cruise through the Gulf of Oman to Muscat before spending a few days at sea en route to Egypt. Your first port of call here is Socna for visits to Cairo, before sailing through the Suez Canal, which takes you into the Mediterranean Sea and on to Athens. You then head west and pass through the Gibraltar Strait to reach Lisbon in Portugal, before your final destination, Southampton.
And here's the fabulous cruise first price for this slightly shorter itinerary.
So this is 16 nights in total. Great itinerary from Dubai to Southampton on board the wonderful QM2 for a wonderful price too. That's per person based on 2 sharing an inside stateroom. You'll be departing on the 11th of April 2012 and the reference is CUN 304. Now you can upgrade to an outside stateroom if you'd like to from just £199 per person, or to a balcony stateroom from £399 per person. You can add extra nights in Dubai from just £49 per person per night. That's well worth doing. And very importantly, the brochure saving on this cruise is over £800 per person. Fantastic saving if you book through us here at Cruise First. Go on, you can afford those upgrades, can't you? Reference CUN 304.
The next Cunard cruise ship we're offering you is, of course, the Queen Victoria, with luxurious marbles, woods, plush carpets, rich fabrics and soft furnishings. This ship simply exudes elegance.
As you set foot on board the spectacular Queen Victoria, you'll encounter the dramatic 3-tier lobby, whose magnificent staircase and dramatic artwork offers a taste of life on board. Elegant and stylish, every public room creates a unique ambience where Cunard's legendary White Star service will continue to surpass expectations. Excellence, choice and attention to detail will define your experience. Cunard's Royal Spa and Fitness Centre redefines the modern spa experience. You'll also discover a range of bars and lounges, where you can enjoy a cocktail, have a coffee, and plan your day and meet new friends. And as for food, well, inventive variety is the very hallmark of the flavours, sensations and cuisines in each of the ship's main restaurants. Yet the culinary adventure extends far beyond the elegant menus. You'll find everything from the sublimely creative to the superbly casual, and room service is on call at any time of the day or night from your suite or stateroom. And in the evening, you can enjoy some after-dinner dancing or experience nights full of glitz and glamour. The Queen Victoria really steals the show with her Royal Court Theatre, a grand, stylish venue where you'll find an array of West End-style shows and extravaganzas. There's also a casino if you fancy a flutter, and a disco where you can dance till the early hours of the morning. Offering superb standards of service in stylish surroundings, the Queen Victoria won't fail to impress.
Well, we're heading a little bit closer to home for this cruise and sailing around the Mediterranean. And as she's sailing in and out of Southampton, there are no flights involved.
And that means you can pack more into your suitcase.
Always good.
Here's where you'll be visiting.
Setting sail from Southampton, this cruise heads to Gibraltar before sailing on to Alghero on Sardinia. Italy's capital Rome is next, followed by a tour of Florence and Pisa. Marvellous Monte Carlo is next before you head to Spain for a full day in Barcelona, and then Portugal for time in Lisbon. You then return to the UK and leave the ship in Southampton. Rome offers a day full of history and culture, with breathtaking monuments, palaces and churches. It's also a modern, bustling city with fashionable designer shops and chic boutiques at every turn. Reasonably priced department stores sell all the latest fashions, while restaurants and cafes spill out onto piazzas, offering authentic Italian dishes and sensational ice cream. Barcelona is the capital and cultural centre of Spain's Catalonia region, and the port that Christopher Columbus sailed from for the Americas in 1492. The cosmopolitan city is an entire holiday destination in its own right, full of wonderful architecture, shopping and beaches with an energetic atmosphere. The old part of the town has one of the most renowned concentrations of Gothic architecture in Europe, but throughout the rest of the city you'll find many marvels of modernism.
Fancy this one? Well, here's a look at the price. But remember that if the dates don't suit you, then we'll do our utmost to find a cruise that does. Just call us on the number on screen.
So there we are, 2 weeks away, 14 nights. That's the from price per person. Reference number CUN302. It's the Mediterranean no-fly cruise. It's based on two people sharing an inside stateroom, departing on the 21st of April 2012. So yeah, a little while away, but something to really look forward to. You can upgrade to an outside stateroom from £209 per person, or you can upgrade to a balcony stateroom from £349 per person. And as always with these, look at this brochure saving of over £300 per person. That is the saving to be made. As I say, that's the from price above per person, and it's a no-fly cruise, so you can actually take quite a bit with you in your suitcase. But think of what you're going to buy while you're travelling around. Save a little bit of space. Reference number CUN302.
We've had a great selection of cruises today to show you with Cunard, haven't we?
Certainly have.
If you missed any though, here's a quick recap.
We started with the classic transatlantic crossing from Southampton to New York on the Queen Mary 2, followed by the Singapore to Southampton cruise and the slightly shorter Dubai to Southampton itinerary. We then moved on to the Queen Victoria for the no-fly cruise of the Mediterranean.
Now, to book any of these cruises, just give us a call on the number on screen where you'll be able to speak to one of our really knowledgeable travel consultants. They'll take your booking and they can answer all your questions for you. Go on, test them out, as well as tailor-make any cruise to suit your tastes.
Oh, they're waiting for you. And don't forget, you can find all our cruises online at cruisefirst.tv. We're fully bonded members of ABTA and ATOL, so you can book with the confidence that your money and your holiday is in the hands of experts.
Now, we take all the stress out of booking your holiday. You just sit back, and when you see the deal for you, we will do all the hard work.
Certainly will. Wherever you choose to cruise, have an absolutely fantastic time. I just wish we were coming with you.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? You'd love that, wouldn't you?
It's still possible.
Very soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.